Well, you've seen my humiliation at Heathrow, so you're probably all wondering, how was the rest of the trip? Stay tuned. Hi, Grandma Bev here from Life with Grandma Bev, and welcome back to my channel. It has been an exhausting 4 weeks, actually. So the purpose of this video is to do kind of a recap vlog of the days. And then from that point, I'll start posting videos of the different places we went. Because this is, I mean, you talk about overwhelming amount of pictures and videos. Oh my God, it's like, where do I start? So, as you know, yesterday, which was Sunday, I posted Trent and Fanny's video. So I got that one done. I got done the Heathrow Airport. So now we're going to start over again. Okay, well, as you can see, whenever I go anywhere, I come home, or at least I break out when I get home with a, can you believe that? 2 huge pimples on the tip of my nose. Anyway, I'm actually recording this Saturday. And first things first, Saturday Night Happy Hour will be preempted tonight because there is a Seahawks preseason game on. So we will not be out there. But, you know, if the kids show up, I'll give them food, you know. And you're probably all expecting to see a Mask Monday video, Mask Monday ladies video. Well, I'm not doing that today either, or Monday either, because you're seeing this Monday. Okay. So let's get started. Well, as you know, before we left, we were debating on, you know, our luggage, what to do, what if it gets lost, and all that stuff. So even though we had our larger suitcases packed, we finally decided the night before, let's pare it down some more. Let's do total carry-on. So that's what we did. And we had gotten those little apples, little things, you know, that will keep track of where your luggage is and let you know. So we did put those into the suitcases. So we can kind of keep an eye on things anyway. So the flight, well, I should start in the airport, huh? You know, the way going over to the airport was non-eventful. We got into the airport, checked in, because we had to check in because of our showing our passports, being we were going out of the United States. Went over to TSA, that was a breeze, you know, everything went fine. And then, of course, we got there, we've got like 3 hours till our plane leaves. Hadn't really eaten, so we stopped and had something to eat. And if you watch Trent and Fanny's video, you'll see the garbage I had. Oh my God. And we got on the plane. The plane was fine, no complaints. Got to London. At Heathrow, I might add. No complaints. Our driver we had arranged for to take us to our hotel was there. And we were on our way to what we call the Bailey's Millennium Hotel. And that is in the, it's hard for me to pronounce it, Gloucester area of London. Now, we had stayed a few blocks away from this hotel several years ago when we went to London. So this is one because our boy baby's name was Bailey, you know. We said, we want to stay at the Baileys the next time and honor our Baileys. So we did that. And this is an old hotel. So you'll see some pictures of that place. Beautiful. We ended up just eating at the hotel because we went out walking to find places to eat. And we couldn't really find anything that looked good. And the one place we did like was full, you know, packed with people. So the best place and the best food was just in the restaurant right there in the hotel. The next day, we took a trip, or actually a tour, a little bus tour through Viator to the Cotswolds. And I got quite a few pictures of the Cotswolds. We went to, I think it was like three different little cities out there. Had lunch out on that one. That was included. And got back later in the, a lot later in the afternoon because it was an all-day trip. Then the second day, we decided to go on our own and take a train to Qxford, where the university is. Unbeknownst to us, it was the first day of the peak season in Qxford. No problems getting the train going out there. It didn't take long at all. Us oldies found our way down through the little train subway stuff that was down near us, got to the right one to go to. And so then we get off into the town there in Qxford. Oh my God, it was so packed. Well, we had decided that we were going to take a hop-on, hop-off bus. So, that was cool. Got on our hop-on, hop-off, drove all around through all this crowds. There was road construction and crowds. Saw the places we wanted to get off at because, we like to go all the way around, then mark where we want to go, and then go to that place. Well, we got back around. And it was sold out for the day. That was our only day there, Oh, so that was a loss. We got to see the town, and yeah, it's a cute, quaint town. It's beautiful universities and stuff. We found a place to have some good Italian. I know we were in Italy, but we had a pizza. It was a cute place outdoors, and because we like the outdoor eating there when we're in Europe. So, if it looks like my eyes are rolling back my head, because I'm thinking, I'm trying to remember everything. I didn't take notes. So, we couldn't get into that. We finally, we did find a department store because Bob forgot to bring socks. There's always somebody that forgets some piece of underwear, right? So we found him some socks, and then we took the train back up to London, ate in the restaurant again. Actually, what we discovered we liked was their happy hour menu. I liked because the first day we had a regular meal. The second day I just had like appetizers, and it was 2 spring rolls. And he got their calamari, which he says is the best he has had anywhere. So that's what we had for dinners the next 2 nights. I'll get to this. So the next day, and we had planned our whole trip around this tour. And that was going out to Highclere Castle, where Downton Abbey was filmed. And it's done by BritBox is who we wanted to do the tour through. And so, it's hard to get the reservations. So 2 years ago, when we were first supposed to take this trip, we had booked the reservation. And, of course, it all got canceled because of the what. But they wouldn't refund. You had to reschedule. So we rescheduled the next cruise, which was last September? Yeah, last September. Booked it around, booked the cruise around the Downton Abbey tour. Well, then our flight got canceled. COVID was really ramping up again. Oops, that's not that bad word. So we had to cancel again, but of course we had to reschedule it to July, which is when we went. So we planned our cruise around it. Okay. You may think we're crazy, but we loved that program. So, excuse me, just a second. And drink some water. So we had to find our way over to another train station. And that was it was actually a bus station. And that was where we were to pick up the tour to take us out. When we found our way there, it was packed, the bus station. I mean, it's a huge transfer station with all these buses going all these different places. So we finally got on the bus and headed out. First off, we went to the little town that they filmed it in. What the heck was it called? I'll put it on here. It starts with a B. And we got to see all the different little areas where the different things that you see in the different episodes show up. And what they had to do to the area to make it look old and all that kind of stuff, right? So, just got back from the grocery store. So, that was fun going through there. There were only, what were there about, I don't know, 10, 12 of us. Not a whole lot. It was on a smaller van. Unfortunately, we got stuck in the back of the little van thing. So I was worried I was going to get car sick, but I didn't. And it was hot in there. They couldn't get the air to go on right. So finally the bus driver pulled over and went and opened up this big air vent thing up above, like in your cars, those things. Oh, that solved the problem. So anyway, the town was actually about an hour away from Highclere Castle, where the actual filming in the home was done. So from there, we took the ride out to that place, and bus parked, we got out. And from that point, we got to be on our own, which was great. I love being on our own because, you're not stuck with slow people. Talk about slow. Things you don't particularly want to spend a lot of time looking at, you know what I mean. So there was a little line. We had to walk a ways that we walk up, when you watch the program and they show that walkway, and they show like the head butler walking up. Well, that's what we walked up. And we had to get in a line to go in. And they were only letting 6 people at a time in each group. It wasn't just 6 people through the whole building. So we got in the line, which moved pretty fast. Oh, a beautiful place. You'll see pictures of those, I think. Was I able to take... Yes. I was able to take videos in there. Some places you can't take videos in, but I was able to do videos in there. So you'll see a whole separate video of Highclere Castle. Then we got something to eat. The only problem with out there was we went out in the back where they had like outdoor areas to eat and, a place you could go get something, sit down. But there were so many bees. Oh, was that the day I got stung? No. No, it wasn't. Okay. So at this point, I'm still feeling pretty good. I mean, we know that at different times I need to sit down, so we work with that. We walked all around the grounds, out in the gardens and everything. Got back on the little bus and went back to London. No problems, right? So then the next day we had tickets on the Eurostar train to go under the English Channel to go from London to Amsterdam, which that's where we were going to be catching the cruise. So we got a taxi early to go down to the station. Oh my God, they say to get there like 90 minutes ahead of time. That place was so packed of St. Pancras or Pancras, something like that. I call it Pancras. It was a beautiful station. I wasn't able to really get any pictures of the outside, which is gorgeous. You'll see when we do the train one, I'm mainly talking about being in the line. Well, we stood in the line quite a while. Finally get to a point, the guy goes, "Oh, you can't get in the line until we put it up on the top, up on the board." So we had to get out of the line and wait, and then get back in the same line that, kept growing. I mean, we walked around one way, like Disneyland, then down the whole length of the train station, then down into another part of the train station, then into another, because you go through all the security stuff like you do at the airport. So we finally got on the train, and that was fun, You just zip along. Fanny and Tran, to those of you who are familiar with them, they came out and they sat in the cup holders. They had little meals on there, and it was about 4-hour ride. So then we pulled into the central station in Amsterdam, And from there, we had figured we could walk to our next hotel, which is called the Amrath Hotel. You'll see a video on that too. So we started walking and walking and walking, and kind of got lost because we went the wrong direction. We tried to follow a series of directions. That didn't work. So we finally found the place, and then found out that we could have gone further down in the train station and made the trip a lot shorter, but we didn't know. We came out the main station, of course, crowded. Not as crowded as the London one was, but so we found our hotel, checked in there, beautiful hotel. Like I say, you'll see pictures of that. We went out and had dinner, our first night's dinner, and found a cute place. The next day we had planned to go take a train back to the train station to Harlem in the Netherlands. So we did that. Cute town. We found our way fine, did our walking, did our sitting down when they needed to. Cute little town, because we'd already been to Amsterdam, so we didn't need to go sightseeing really in Amsterdam. So then we went back up. It's only about a 15-minute train. We went back up, back to the hotel, found another place to eat, which was delicious. And it was right on a canal. You'll see pictures, don't worry. And the next day, we had decided we were going to go to the town of Leiden and Utrecht, both the same day. Well, Bob was having second thoughts about doing both of them, because at this point I am getting kind of sore. I mean, I did so much prep before going, my exercising and doing all kinds of stuff, trying to lose weight. My body just doesn't cooperate. I don't know if many of you know, but through the years, I've been diagnosed as having fibromyalgia, as well as chronic fatigue syndrome. So I get tired very easily. You know how you feel when you're tired and want to go to bed? I feel that way all the time. But I've always managed to, I push and push and push and push, because I want to see things. So he says, maybe we shouldn't go to both of them. Maybe we should just go to one of the places, which one should we go to? No, we've come all this way. We had all these plans. I can't even pick which one I'd rather go to. So we went to both of them. Got up the next day, back in the train station, went to Leiden, so cute, and Utrecht, even cuter. And that's where we had dinner. We had another pizza. We were down sitting by a canal, and really cute, quaint town. Did a lot of walking, but yeah, we've seen it now. So back to the hotel. Well, the next day, now we were supposed to be getting, this was on the 28th. We were supposed to get on, or was it the 26th? I don't know. Can't remember. Let me see. I do have my calendar here. I brought my stuff in for the cruise part of it. Okay. Yeah, we were supposed to get on the ship. Well, we did get on it. So we had arranged the hotel for a taxi. So this guy's driving. We'd given him the address and everything. He pulls into a place. He goes, okay, here you are. It's like we're looking around. There's no boat here. He says, well, you got to go way down there. Way down there. And I mean, it was far from what we thought he was talking about. So Bob said, no, we are not getting out here. You're just dumping us out in the middle of nowhere. So the guy, he looked up some more, went back towards Amsterdam. I mean, we could have taken the train for all it was worth, right? So he gets to another place. He says, okay, this is it. Where's the boat? We could see a Viking way up ahead and others, but that we're across water. But, well, where's the boat? And he says, well, you got to get out and walk to it. So we get out. Now, mind you, we're dragging our luggage because we were smart. We didn't want to check in our luggage. We walked up and down the same place. Where the cruise terminal was, the doors were locked. There was nobody in there. So Bob finally gets on the phone to Avalon and says, where the heck are you? So they finally told us how to get there. Well, if we'd gone one more block, we would have seen the entrance and seen the boat in there. But, it was not clearly marked at all. Very poor instructions for getting to the Avalon ship. So we finally got on the ship. And we spent the night on the ship there, still in Amsterdam. And the next day, they took us on a canal cruise in Amsterdam, which we'd been on one several years ago, but we were looking forward to this, and it was fun. We had a good tour guide. We got to one point where we got off, and he walked us around for about an hour. I handled it. And then they brought us back to the ship. So the next morning, we took off. So I'll kind of go over where we went. I won't go into a lot of detail because this would end up being really long. Let's see. Where's the listing? Where we went. Okay. So it was actually called the Rhine and Moselle with 2 nights in Lucerne, Switzerland afterwards. So like I say, on the Thursday, the 28th, we got on the boat. Friday, the 29th, we took the colorful Canal cruise at Amsterdam. Saturday, well, we left late that night from Amsterdam, the ship, the boat, not a ship. And we headed for Cologne, Germany, okay? Now, Bob and I have been to Cologne, and we know that it's not one of our favorite. It wasn't that, it wasn't one of the ones that turns us on a lot. So we decided we were just going to take, being we were there, we would just take the included cruise, included tour. Well, that ended up being like a couple of hours long of walking. I thought I was going to die. It was hot. My muscles were already inflamed from the stuff we had done before getting on the cruise ship. So we realized there that that was a mistake. Doing all that other stuff before getting on the cruise ship. So I realized at that point, because, we're already gone over a week now, that I'm going to have to start taking some pain pills if I'm going to go on any of these excursions. So, and some people took bike rides. That's what gets me. How can you do that? So we got to go on that tour. Like I say, it was very long. We didn't get to go in the cathedral. I mean, that's the only place I really wanted to go to was in the cathedral in Cologne, but we didn't get to go in there because we had to get back to the ship. So we didn't really have time on our own. But yeah, we'd been there. So, okay. Water under the bridge. So on day 4, which is Sunday, we went on a tour to the little town of Cochem. And yeah, that was another cute little town. We took the guided walk of Cochem to see the town's half-timbered houses and winding streets. We visited Cochem's hilltop Reichsberg Castle with a bird's-eye view of the Moselle Valley and River Bend. Day 5, we went to, the boat moored in Remich, R-E-M-I-C-H, but we took the excursion to Trier, which is Germany's oldest city, with ancient remnants dating from 144 to 152 AD. So we did the walking tour of that. Was that the day? That might have been the day I got stung by a bee. Where we're just kind of walking around, standing off, and I said to Bob, "Oh, I think I got stung." Because I felt this, I can still see where he stung me. It didn't hurt as bad as I remember when I was a kid, but I knew that last time I had a sting, I had a reaction to it. So, So it just kept itching. It itched for days, but I didn't get, it didn't flame up or anything. So that was okay. So that was day 5. Day 6, we went to Bernkastel, which has hillside vines and German wines. We took the classic guided walking tour of the charming wine village of Bernkastel, which is a medieval marketplace, 17th century gabled timber-framed houses. Now they also had an optional tour you could take into a local winery for wine tasting, but we're not that into wine, so we didn't do that one. So that day was the day they wanted us back on the ship for a meeting at 2:00. So we knew something was something was cooking. Now, you've all heard that because of lack of rain, the Rhine River was very low, and a lot of the cruise ships couldn't continue through. So they brought us all into the big meeting room where they went over things, and they said, well, we're going to be changing ships or boats. We knew it was coming. We knew to expect it, so nobody was real upset. So the way they planned it was, we would go on our regular tour to Koblenz, Koblenz, which is in the Rhine Gorge, where we'd see fortress walls and manor halls. So we took the city guided tour there. I'm laughing because I'm thinking the tour guide was terrible. He talked so much about himself and about his life, even including his sex life with his girlfriend. I started going off by myself and taking videos in churches and stuff because he didn't take us into churches. So anyway, he finally left us to be on our own. So it was like 11 o'clock in the morning. So Bob and I found a cute place. He ordered a soda. I ordered soda. He ordered a coffee. And I start looking at the schedule on the app for the ship. And it says the ship was leaving at 11. Or we had to be there back on by 11:15. What? So we just had to leave our stuff and run and go down to the ship. We get on there and discover, no, that was wrong. The schedule was wrong. You had till 12:30, whatever it was. So we didn't get to see much of Koblenz, though from what we did see, I took pictures, you'll see those. And from there, they had us, told us what we were going to be doing. We had to pack up our luggage. And the next morning, we were going to go on a bus to what they call Rudesheim. And I thought, oh, cool, Bob and I have been there. That's a cute place. And from Rudesheim, we were going to board a tour boat, because now this is the other side of where all of the water was down, where the boat couldn't go in. So we were going to leave the imagery, I can never pronounce it too, and go get on the Visionary. So, the ships would go to one point, and then they'd have to transfer people. So the people from the Visionary were being transported over to ours. Well, about 2 days before that, Bob started coming down with a cold. Not a bad one, but I knew was probably going to. Now, we wore masks a good part of the time. Most people didn't. But every day you could hear more and more people, like I'm doing, right? And you start seeing more and more masks. Well, I got this bright idea that I had brought my little medicine chest, as I call it, with Zicam in it. I took Zicam. That thing made me so sick. So, the next morning we had to get on a bus. How am I going to make it? Where's the bus at? I felt like I was going to barf. I even went in the bathroom because I thought I was going to get sick. It was just awful. But I knew I had to get, off the boat. So I got off. The bus was parked way far. I was the second to last one to get on the boat, of course, along with Bob. And there was another gal who unfortunately had checked her inhaler for really bad asthma. And she was the last one to get on. That poor thing, we passed her, and she just they were trying to help her walk up the hill. It was so far. So anyway, we had a couple-hour drive to Rudesheim, where we were going to meet a tour person. Well, a tour person was on the bus with us, okay. And she said when we got there, we were going to have free time on our own to go see Rudesheim, and then we'd get on this boat, and we'd do the part of the Rhine where we weren't able to go through with the boat, where we'd see a lot of different castles. So you'll see a video of that. But this lady lost her cool. We had no time in Rudesheim. She made us walk all the way down the street. The little boat we were supposed to get on was right there. We had to walk all the way down the street for a half hour and then walk back up. Well, in the meantime, we were misled. We thought we were going to be the only ones on this little tour boat. No, it was already packed with people. So all my big plans for taking pictures of all those, castles, went down the tubes. Luckily, we were able to find a spot to sit. And then we find out after we get off the boat in another spot, which is, we'd already come through with the bus. That the bus driver was the tour guide person's husband. And you could hear them arguing the whole time we're driving. So we get off the bus, get on another bus, and they take us to, or we get off the boat, get on another bus, and they take us to the place where the visionary was moored at. So we got on there, we had the exact same cabin numbers and everything. Now, what I didn't tell you about was a few days into the cruise. Now, they had us eating at 7 at night, and the service was so slow. And, of course, I have to be a picky eater because of my digestive stuff. I really shouldn't eat past 6 o'clock. So the first couple of nights, we didn't get out of there till 9 o'clock, finished eating. And unbeknownst to me, Bob had posted on Facebook on the Avalon, one of the Avalon sites we belong to, how upsetting it was that we had to eat this late and people were complaining and blah 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 blah. And we found out the next day, another gal on the ship also responded to Bob's and said, "But she agrees with you." This was this younger, cute gal, right? Well, all of a sudden, the next day, we get called, what I kid around as being the principal's office, the hotel manager. And he had seen what Bob posted and wanted to talk to us. I was embarrassed. So he said that what he'd do is he'd have them bring my food out one after the other. I said, "You don't have to do that. I'll handle it." He's so protective of me. So, from that point on, when we went in the dining room, people were wondering why I'm getting my food. Just, it really made me stand out. I don't like that. And the guy also sent in our cabin a box of cookies from him and a box of candy, going out of his way to be nice, right? To make up for it. Didn't I do a video on don't complain? And then my own husband. So back to getting on the other ship, which I thought, okay, cool, we'll get on the other ship. They're not going to know me, blah, blah, blah. No, sir, when we were on the ship, they had us all go into this one area, the big common area where we all would go. And this guy comes up to me, "Mrs. King." And I said, "Yeah?" He says, "I understand you have some digestive problems, and we want to accommodate you." Oh, no. He had talked to the guy. The guy on the other boat had called him and talked to him. He told the guy, "Really, no, it's no big deal, please." So they did kind of pay more attention to me, but not like it had been on the other boat, luckily. So that boat, we were only on 3 nights. And we went to the town of Heidelberg Spire, which Bob and I had been to Heidelberg, so we knew we wanted to go there because we loved that little town. So we took the regular guide. We didn't take the guided tour. It was a tour, but then we were on our own once the bus got there. So that was good. So that was day 8. Day 9. We got to Strasbourg, France, which is one of the ones we really wanted to see. And we did the regular included tour. And like I say, at this point, I was taking pain pills before getting off the ship so I could at least walk. But when we're on our own, see, it's a lot easier because then I can sit down. But I was feeling crappy. Anyway, I mentioned earlier I'd come down with the cold. Well, by the end of the day, by the time we got to that other boat, I was feeling okay because I guess, the Zycam must have worked through me. But So, it just went into a very mild nasal little cold, and I had brought some nose drops with me, so, I used those a couple of nights, and then the stuffiness was gone. But, it always settles in my lungs because of my restricted airway, as I now know it is. So that's why I sound the way I do. So we went to Strasbourg, and oh man, it was like going to a fairy tale town. And that's where they have one of the big Christmas bazaars, Christmas time, which we would love to go to. So we went there, and we're very happy with that one. Day 10, we went to what they call Breisach, Germany, which the tour that was included was one back to the magical Black Forest, which we had done that on another trip. So we did the optional tour going to Colmar, France. That was another fairy tale, Otto Grimm's fairy tale story town, another place they do Christmas pageants at. So, you can take some cruises where you can go to have all these different towns that they go to. Then day 11, we went to the town of Basel, which is where we got off the boat, and there were six of us who took the post trip afterwards, which was over to Lucerne, Switzerland. So it wasn't part of Avalon, but Avalon arranged it all. Okay. So we're driving along in this bus, in this little van, and the guy is not saying a thing. We're just on freeway, and I thought, what's so special about Switzerland? And all of a sudden he pulls up to this little place, and there's a guide. And it was a tram that goes up the mountain, up to Mount Pilatus. Now, I had been picturing we were going to be in this little van going, boop, 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 boop. I was worried about getting car sex and stuff. No, we went up in this tram. Well, it was real foggy, so we couldn't even see the mountain. So we get on the tram, and we go up. A lot of pictures, be a separate video. And we finally came out of the clouds. It was like we had gone to heaven, took a tram up to heaven. So we got to be on our own for 2 hours up there. I got Bob to walk up to a higher point, and he's in the video. And then from there, we got on this one big cable car thing where 50 people got on. Okay, we came down out of the clouds, and there was these little not trams, those little, those little cars like when you go skiing, you get in them, but these were, enclosed. So we got to be in one of those alone. I got to take so many pictures going down from that. Oh, it was great, right? I thought, man, this is quickly becoming another highlight of the trip. So we get down, it took us down into the town of Lucerne. From there, we had another walking tour. I didn't realize that. So I had put on my sandals. I hadn't put sunscreen on. I hadn't taken pain pills. Nothing. No prep for it. So I just kept dragging myself around. And the gal kept saying, do we need to stop? We can take you to the hotel and come back. I said, no, don't interrupt all these other people's tour because of me, So I trudged on. We got to our hotel. This is a hotel that's been rumored to be haunted. It's real old. You'll see a video on that. And so then the next day we were on our own, and we took a little canal, or not canal, but a little lake, because it was Lake Lucerne around to see from the little boat. So that was fun. And we were there 3 nights, whatever it was. Well, as you know, our plane had been canceled, and they had to schedule us instead of 10:30 in the morning. Our plane was at 7:15 in the morning, so they had us get up and catch this taxi that took us to Zurich, to the airport, at 3:15 in the morning. And you know what happened from there. So watch that video. Anyway, so this was just a little, I know it doesn't sound brief, but it was 3 weeks of worth of stuff. And I'll be going into more detail when I do each of the videos on the different places. So, the big question, will I cruise again? After what my body told me, we already made decisions while we were on there. We can't do that again. I mean, it had been, 3 or 4 years since we did our last cruise. 9 years since I did my last riverboat cruise. And these are more intensive than a regular, ocean cruise. So we've had to reach the conclusion that our days of going to Europe are probably ending. So, at least as far as riverboat cruising. Now you're saying, well, aren't you going on another one in September? Yes, we are, but it's a regular big cruise, which is going straight to the cruise, where we've got what they call days at sea. So we've got days in between each of the ports we go into where I can rest, relax. So we'll see how we do on that one. But other than that, it looks like our cruising is going to just involve like going places where we don't have to fly over to Europe, because we've seen a lot of it. Places like going back to the Caribbean or taking, a cruise up to Canada, New England, Canada. Riverboat cruises on like the Mississippi, cruises to, we may even take a cruise to Alaska finally. So anyway, you reach certain points in your life where you got to start accepting that your body's trying to tell you something. So it has taken me, this is Saturday, we go home late Tuesday night. It's taken me this time to get to do this video. I've been in bed almost every day till afternoon. First day was till like 3. We had a heck of a time trying to get back on schedule, our sleeping schedule. And we finally unpacked. And I got the first little laundry. I got to go move it to the dryer, or not the dryer, the rack. So, such is life. Comment below. Share, like, and subscribe. And I hope you've all joined this little long vlog. Please stay tuned for, videos on the places we went. I've missed you all, and I love you all. Bye.